Welcome to your last lesson on trigonometry. We are now looking at non-right angled triangles. Now this is a A grade topic, so it is complicated, so you need to pay extra attention. So non-right angled triangles, we need to label them still, but slightly different. This is how we label our non-right angled triangles. We have capital letters as the angles, and then the sides that are opposite those angles are the smaller letters. So if this is our example, let's say we had this right angled triangle and we wanted to calculate the value of A over sine A. So in your calculator, small a is 3.61, capital A is 47. So if you put 3.61 divided by sine 47 into your calculator, you would get 4.9. Now if I did this with small b, so 4.63, and divided that by sine 70, so b over sine b, I would also get 4.9. And then the same with the c's. C over sine c will give me 4.9 again. And this is where the sine rule comes into. Your formula, the sine rule, is the a over sine a equals b over sine b equals c over sine c, as we've just seen. So let's have a look at an example using the sine rule then. Same as before, we need to label our triangle first. So capital A, capital B, capital C, little c, going around our triangle. Once I've got that, I can use my formula. So A over sine A. I haven't got anything for capital A, and I haven't got anything for A. So I'm not using that part of my formula. B over sine B, I've got 6.2 and sine 60, and C over sine C, I've got sine C, which is sine 51, and then X is the value I'm trying to work out. So if I just substitute all of these into my sine rule formula, I'll get X over sine 51 is equal to 6.2 over sine 60. Now, using your algebra skills, you need to rearrange this to make X the subject, because we need to solve to find out the value of X. Cross multiply will give you this. And I'm going to move the sine 60 over onto this side, which gives me that. Into the calculator, X will equal 5.56. The length of X in this non-right angled triangle is 5.56. Right, do you understand the sine rule? Let's see, have a go at this question by yourself. Okay, let's see if you got it correct. Label, first step. Substitute into the formula, gives me X over sine 24 equals 13.4 over sine 82. And then solve for X. Hopefully you got the answer, 5.5. Okay, on to cosine rule. Now, this is for a different type of question. It's still questions with non-right angled triangles. This is our formula. It's slightly complicated, but very easy to use. So, if this is our triangle that we have, our first step is the same as before. We label. Now, I always recommend, you don't have to, but I recommend that you label the angle that we've got, or the angle that we're trying to calculate, the capital A. So that makes that little a, and then just go clockwise. B, little b, C, little c. And then all we do is substitute that straight into our formula, which says a squared, in our case is x, a squared equals b squared plus c squared, take away 2 lots of b, c times by cos 43. Into your calculator, that's going to give me that x squared equals 30.49. So to work out x, I need to square root this, which gives me 5.52. The value of x is 5.52. Let's have a go at another one then. This time we're working out an angle. Now you'll notice our formula is a length, and we need to calculate an angle. One way, you can rearrange that formula so that cos A is the subject, and that gives you this formula. Now you can choose to learn them both off by heart or learn how to rearrange one into the other. Same as before, label our triangle, the angle that we're trying to work out, put that as capital A, and then go clockwise round. B, C, and little c. And then into our formula, cos A equals B squared, which is 14 squared, plus C squared, 10 squared, minus 8 squared, all over 2 lots of B and C. Put that into your calculator and you'll get cos A equals 29 over 35. Now, remember back from SOHCAHTOA, that's the answer for cos A. We need to do cos to the minus 1 of that to find out the angle of x, which should give you 34.05. So, the formulas are at the bottom corner. Have a go at these questions. I recommend that you pause the video and give it a go. Right, here are the answers. For the first one, 9.42, and the second one, angle x, 42.13. So, you can use sine rule and cosine rule. Now we need to decide when to use which rule. And that uses this little table here. For example, let's look at question 1. We can see with question 1 that we've got a side for this triangle, another side, and another side. That is a side, side, side triangle, and in the top right corner we can see side, side, side triangles go with cosine. So this one is a cosine rule. Question 2, we've got a side, an angle, and a side. And the angle is between the two sides. Having a look, side, angle, side with the angle between is cosine rule again. Question 3, we've got angle, side, and side. Angle, side, and side. Two sides with an angle on the side of it is sine rule. Have a go at questions 5 to 11, just deciding whether it's cosine rule or sine rule. Pause the video to have a go. Right, here are the answers. Did you get those correct? Now, pause the video and have a go at a few of the questions in full. Calculate the missing values of x. Here are the answers. And that concludes everything you need to know for sine rule and cosine rule. You should be able to have a go at the exercise now.